Hi, I've been writing a series of books that have come from recording videos, and I've got a playlist on my YouTube channel called uh, God's Last Days Message to His Children. And so far, a whole lot of the videos, about 160 videos, have been transcribed and made into 8 books. Each book has 21 questions for God, and God answers. In book number 8, God started to answer and Jesus started to answer. In the first 7 books, it was only God speaking. Early on in the series of books, God said that Christians are the most least represented faith that's in heaven. And he started to disclose that people from other faiths end up in heaven. And to a Christian who grew up with Christian understandings, that was quite controversial to hear. Um, Jesus, one way to explain that is Jesus shared the parable of the sheep and the goats parable, and he said that the people that fed the hungry, fed the homeless, looked after the poor, visited the sick in hospital, visited people in prison, would enter into his everlasting peace. He said that people, the goats, who didn't do those things would enter eternal punishment. He didn't say that you had to say a one paragraph sinner's prayer to enter into heaven. You've just got to be like those people. And over the course of the continuing 8 books, uh, we're up to book number 11 now. God has continued to reinforce that the Christian worldview that someone has to be born again, someone has to say a born again prayer, like a sinner's prayer, and give their lives to Jesus, doesn't necessarily account for the people. It doesn't account for the people in heaven, that people from the Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim faiths, if they are sheep, according to the sheep and the goats parable, that they end up in heaven. The only thing that they miss out on is living a Christian life on earth with intimacy with Jesus. But when they get to heaven, it's a different story. So this controversial. The Lord was speaking last night in the latest video that I was doing, that many atheists, even though they don't believe in God, because they're morally right and they've got good hearts, and they treat people like the sheep in the sheep and the goats parable, they die and end up in heaven. I sense that people from other faiths uh, get to the outside of heaven, and Jesus appears to them, and they give their lives to Jesus after death, and they enter into heaven. But I'm not sure many people would say no to Jesus if they saw him in his loving glory, that he appears with eyes full of love. Um, so if you're one of these people who thinks that it's unfair that people are of another faith and they never hear about the Christian faith, or they never really understand the Christian faith, or they never meet a Christian that's a beautiful person that wants them, makes them want to become a Christian and convert themselves. If you're one of those people who think that would be unfair for God to send everyone of other faiths to hell, Um, you know that Jesus is the answer and he's the doorway to heaven, but it's unfair on people that don't believe. Understanding the way that I feel I understand now would be a relief to you. So I recommend my series of books, God's Last Days Message to His Children. You can get volume 1 to volume 8 on Amazon right now. An interesting video that I did yesterday that speaks to some of this, I'll link in the description for you to be able to go and watch that. So it's just good news for people who think that people from other faiths may be able to go to heaven. It's good news. Now you may say, if you're listening to this, you may say I'm a heretic, and you may say that it's false teaching, and you may have 50 scriptures that confirm that you're right and I'm wrong. And I may just say that you may have a misunderstanding on what those scriptures actually mean. So God bless you. Please like this video if you watched it to the very end here, and I welcome your comments, both good and bad. God bless.